So I just stepped into the garage and I see this. I just hit another block, 2 in 1 day, of Fractal Bitcoin. The first block I found at 2 a.m. was with the NoctOct here, which is 4 Bitaxe gammas. One of these hit a Fractal Bitcoin, $10.33, I believe it was. And now it's about 7:13 p.m. and I hit another block. Man, when people say solo mining is dead, I would ask them to reconsider. It's not like I have an immense amount of hash power. I have, 20.9 terahashes. I'm using 350 watts. For my electricity rate being probably the highest in the country at over 50 cents per kilowatt hour. Obviously, I offset it with solar and battery power. So far, it's profitable. I know luck has a lot to do with it and probabilities, but just want to show you guys, motivate you guys to start mining again. So I noticed on the Swarm feature on the Axe OS, it does not, like, when a Bitaxe Gamma hits a block, it will tell you right here. This one does not say it. So this is the NerdQaxe++ down here that hit it. We submitted 134 shares. It's been up for 20 hours. We'll click on it. 134 shares, 17.8 joules per terahash. The best difficulty it reached was 6.41. The difficulty level to hit on Fractal Bitcoin, I believe, is 5.1 something G's, so it went over slightly. This is not overclocked, it's just a stock NerdQaxe++. And we'll go ahead and go into right here, statistics on Cryptex, where I'm solo mining. So 9 workers, about 20 terahashes, and you can see balance. So far today I have earned 40.29 Fractal Bitcoin, which is $20.88, so $10.44 each. I mean, if you ask me, that's not bad. Here's all my miners running. As you can see, they haven't even submitted that many shares since I restarted it. So this one, 100 and, which one was it? 168. These numbers are probably not as accurate as the ones showing on my miner. But let's go to payouts. Right here, here's the reward, 49.29 Fractal Bitcoin. Unpaid, the payouts, the batches, they happen at my time, 10 p.m. So these should be deposited into my account tonight. We'll go into blocks. Here's the 2 blocks that we solved today. As you can see, they were both done in 1 day. The 12th, oh, not the 12th, the 7th, they flip around the dates. So 2:14 a.m. and then at, what is that, 5:27 p.m. And that's the rewards. Effort. We'll go ahead and click on the new block on Uniscan. Here's the block that I won. That's what it says when you're mining on Cryptex. It just says Wow, there was 6,022 transactions in my block. Oh, the reason why the numbers are so high is, wait, actually, I'm not sure. Usually you don't see super high numbers like that. Usually they're low, but so I earned 0.045 Fractal Bitcoin from the transaction fee. Let's see how much the pool fees and everything was. So the pool fees, 1.9 cents, not bad at all. 206 megabytes in the block, 6,022 transactions, happened an hour ago, 5:27 p.m. Yeah, pretty cool. So a lot of people say it's a waste of time to do solo mining. And yeah, I don't think that's true. Obviously, probabilities have an aspect into winning or not winning a block, as long as you have a decent amount of hash power, which nowadays, if you can buy a terahash for about $100, or you can, get as low as like $75 a terahash by buying getting a good deal on an Octax or NerdQaxe++, about $85 a terahash. Even if you just have one unit and let it run, they're very energy efficient. It's about 72 watts. You know, these are about 17 to 20 watts. And yeah, I mean, I have about 20 terahash right here, and I've hit 3 blocks so far. 2 of them were today. And I got these maybe about a week ago, maybe a little bit over a week ago. I plugged this in yesterday, and I've had that maybe for a little bit less than a week. So yeah, pretty awesome. Just wanted to show you guys, maybe to motivate some people to pull out your old home miners and just plug them in. Or if you haven't, if you're mining Digibyte or Bitcoin Cash, sometimes seeing some action and winning some blocks that mean something really gets you motivated. It's pretty cool. At the end of the day, I'm not doing this for profit. It's a hobby, but it's always nice. It's like fishing, you do it as a hobby. If you don't catch something, it's not the end of the world, but if you do, it makes you happy. So yeah, I found a block, $20 today, which is not bad. Way more than the electricity that I'm spending on all of this. And yeah, if you guys do want to start with something cheaper, if you're not really that into it. If you do want to get into it, I would say pick up a NerdQaxe Plus and just let it run, or the Octax if you don't have a lot of room. It takes a smaller footprint. It does a good amount of hashing power, with relatively low electricity cost. And yeah, it's a pretty cool hobby. I recommend anybody to get into it, but just kind of wanted to hop on here and let you guys know solo mining is not dead. And I don't even think people should be calling it lottery mining, because it's probabilities. If you mine long enough with a certain amount of hash power, you'll eventually hit a block, depending on what you're mining. Obviously, Bitcoin may possibly never be in your lifetime, but the odds are with things like Digibyte or Fractal Bitcoin, you're eventually going to hit a block if you have somewhat of decent hash power. One last thing I wanted to try, since I haven't hit a block on these yet, it's my first time. This top button is supposed to reset the notification, so let's see. There we go. 6.41 Gs, 18 watts per terahash, doing 4.7 terahashes per second. We're rolling, ready for our next block. All right, guys, later.